Hi.
Hey, how are you? I'm Chris. I'm here to do your building analysis
Chris,
today.
I'm Jeff.
Pleased to meet you.
Glad you're here. Come on in, let's get started.
Sure. I'll just start by asking you a few general questions of your home. In terms of home performance, how would you say your home performs? Do you feel like you spend a lot on your utility bills? Do you have rooms that are hotter or colder than others?
The heat is fairly good. It's fairly even.
Approximately when was your home built?
It's probably built right around 1920, maybe into the mid-20s.
Due to the nature of the building stock, your building is inherently leaky. We're going to run some diagnostic tests to see if we can't pinpoint some of the leaks in your home.
Great.
Okay, feel free to follow me around at any point. Ask a lot of questions if you'd like.
Sounds good.
Good. Here's a secondary attic space, and you have looks like an air handling unit in here. Plenty of ductwork winding around, and then some fiberglass bat underneath.
I had some questions, Chris, about solutions that would help to keep the heat from penetrating the roof and getting into this space and eventually and essentially heating the living space.
The best solution might be to just foam the roof, foam the sidewalls, and just sort of bring this area into the conditioned space. In a typical basement, I'd be doing a lot of testing to make sure these things draft properly and testing for carbon monoxide problems. I can test on the system for carbon monoxide on the outside. However, this is a sealed combustion system. This is a very efficient system. This is not what we typically see in Philadelphia. And next, I'll get the blower door set up.
Okay. So what's the concept here, Chris? We blow air in or blow air out? Or?
Blow air out. And the idea is to depressurize the building envelope. It's going to be 50 pascals of pressure. I usually compare that to about a 20-mile-an-hour wind going through your home. So the blower door is going to do two things for us today. It's going to give us a pressure reading on your home. It's going to tell us how leakier your home is than an engineering standard. Also, it's going to pinpoint any naturally occurring leaks in your home by about a factor of 10. Here's our reading. Depressurized at 50 pascals. We have an air movement of 3,550 cubic feet. I would say that's pretty good. How many square feet do you have, if you had to estimate?
It'd be probably under 2,500, maybe. Well, we count on the basement? Yes, we are. Yeah, probably that would put it over 2,500. So, but I don't think it's 3,500. I'm not sure what the correlation would be.
I'll get a more accurate measurement.
Yeah.
I would say your home is pretty tight. I would expect the minimum air tightness to be something like 1,200.
What do you typically see, Chris, in a house?
In Philadelphia, we typically see 4 to 5 times leakier than the standard. Let's have a look around and see if we can pinpoint some of the air leaks in your home.
Good.
There's quite a bit more air moving from this room in the basement.
And you're also pulling from the bathroom, which has a vent.
Gotcha. You can really feel the air gushing.
Oh yeah,
with the
you
blower
feel
door
it
on.
on the. Yeah. Okay, so we're pulling air in somewhere.
Yeah, so there's more opportunity in here. So here's a common problem. High hat lights. You can kind of smell the attic now. So definitely pulling in attic air. So the idea would be to get a better cover on top of these things from the attic space. Yeah, take a look over here, Jeff. What's interesting, if you feel around any of these outlets that go into the wall cavity, you realize they're just gushing.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That one really is, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so there's a ton of air leakage coming in here. And, the way to kind of address that is to tighten up the insulation on the other side and control it at the source. Okay, great. So I think we have a pretty good idea at this point of how the air is moving in your home, and we realize there's a ton of opportunity on the top floor. These old homes are always very interesting. I think Jeff does a really good job of maintaining his home. Everything looks good and everything seems to check out. There are no major durability issues. What we can predict with something like this is when he finishes with his insulation upgrades that he will save right around 20% on his heating bills.
Most of my concern has been finding a company that's experienced and reputable and is offering a comprehensive test, including the blower door test. Not all the companies do that. What was done today exceeded my expectations. Chris was a good person to have on site to sort of make it more digestible and understandable.